Now we are.
Now we are live.
Now we are live. Anurag.
We are?
We are live.
What?
Yes.
Wow. Again.
Anurag
I thought
straight.
You had scandalous thoughts.
I thought he was explaining to us that this
No.
is the standby.
What is more dangerous?
Please reserve all your thoughts, guys.
No. What is more dangerous? India chasing a potential 400 plus target or Anurag standbys?
Definitely Anurag standbys.
Yes, unanimous. Anurag standbys are the most dangerous for any kind of cricketing wicket that we can get. So, 201 for 6, a total of 78 runs scored in this session for the loss of 2 wickets. The lead is now 374.
But let's just talk about the session before we talk about the bigger picture as to where this match stands.
And I think Nikhil's also joined us.
Whose session? Is this a shared pie? Is
This will be shared.
a shared session, I believe?
Yes.
Siddharth?
I think it could go slightly in Australia's favor.
No,
Which
It
session?
already is in Australia.
This session.
Then just this session. Would you call it a shared session?
This one, yes.
A shared session. Same for me. Nikhil, if you with us?
I am with you guys, yeah.
And audible finally. Thank
Finally
God.
audible. Wow.
Wow. Congratulations to everyone who was involved in ensuring that this big mystery is solved, and I can hear you directly from one source. Though we've found the jugaad, as we call it,
Yeah.
in the last 2 lives of hearing you via a different source and you seeing me via a different source. So it's lovely to hear you guys. I think this way at least I can join in the discussion and really get to know everyone else's thought. Otherwise it became too much of a to and fro conversation. But I think this will be much better.
Indeed. Nikhil, our consensus
That
here.
way going on. You guys are talking about this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just talking as to what your interpretation is. We here in the studio feel that it's very much a shared
Except
session.
me, I said Australia.
Yeah. Except Siddharth, the rest of us believe that it's a shared session. Not saying on the overall picture, just this this session in isolation. Your thoughts? Do you see this as a shared session or India session, Australia session? Your thoughts?
On that, and my thoughts are, as they say, ki farak penda hai, which is how does it matter who won this session, because the test match has slipped away, well and truly slipped away. I mean, your only chance in this test match was ensuring that below 350 kind of
I think we're having network issues.
I jinxed it too soon. We all thought the audio was fine, but the network has gone for a toss.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Internet.
That's not good.
It isn't good at all.
But
I think we've lost it. Can we just cut back?
I don't know. Now. Is this better now?
Audio is not an issue. The network,
The
I think.
network is an issue.
Yeah.
Now
Perfect.
it may have been fine.
Perfect.
Because
Yes.
it was,
I think,
I know why that happened. And that's why it's been sorted. Because, our phone keeps fluctuating between Wi-Fi and the phone data. And, because I'm in the vicinity of the press box, so sometimes it gets connected to Wi-Fi. And that's why you have an issue. Now I've turned it off, so now you won't have a problem. Yeah.
Perfect.
So coming back, I think, the test match could have been still, if India had any chance, it was below 350 sort of a total. But now, they're well and truly ahead of that. I think 70, 75 odd runs is what Australia have got in this session. And India have picked 2 wickets. If this was the first day's play and we didn't know where the test match was headed, then maybe I could have said it's a shared session, or someone could have said Australia slightly ahead or India slightly ahead. Then that would be of some sort of importance. But where a test match stands right now, there is only one team that's benefited with what's happened overall. Yes, as I said, first day of the test match, first session, this would have been a shared session for me. But now where it stands, 70 odd runs, 2 wickets gone, it's not even a debate. It is clearly Australia's session, the way ahead. Because what would have been, what is it that India were looking for? India were looking for that they had to dismiss Australia in this session. Australia had to be all out. They could not. They picked up 2 wickets. They still have 4 wickets in hand, right? So clearly they haven't achieved their target. What was Australia's target? To bat till lunch and ensure that they're not all out, and maybe bat another hour or so. That hour may now stretch to maybe a couple of hours till tea, and I tell you that's because the runs haven't been coming, not been a free-flowing session. But I think that is not a concern for Australia right now. They have enough time. They're so far ahead in the game. So overall, where this Test match stands, I think India's ray of hope is also slowly fading away. I don't think it's looking good. I know that we may discuss what is it that they could have done differently. It wasn't an easy pitch to bat on. I was a bit surprised that I don't know. I mean, you started with Umesh, you got you that wicket, but has he been the best bowler? I would have got Siraj and Jadeja to begin the day with. I mean, you needed to get Jadeja, but again, as I said, you just had 50, 60 runs to play with, and you needed to get 6 wickets. So you had to get your 2 best bowlers in Siraj and Jadeja to start, and maybe the first change then could have been Shami, but that's not what the Indian team has done. And I think right now where it stands, people will look at records. There are people talking about 400 being chased in England, and that's possible, what have you. But I mean, unlikely. We've seen how the pitch is behaving. It's still very difficult. You saw Cameron Green had to fight for his run. He got hit a few times. Shardul Thakur has spoken about that one particular spot or one particular area in the pitch where the ball's really shooting up. Now, and I think the biggest worry now is not only that spot from where the ball is shooting up. I think the biggest worry is that you've also now begun to see balls staying low. So as soon as that happens, okay, that one ball shooting up, I think you can find ways to tackle that. That is, which Shardul Thakur did very well. Take a few hits on your body. Avoid the bat, keep the bat low so there's no edge, take a few hits and then carry on. That was one way of playing that. And Cameron Green also did that with that ball shooting up. You can deal with that ball that's coming up from that spot like that. The problem will be the ones that are staying low. Already seen a couple of balls that have stayed low. So not going to be easy for India to bat. You can dig out all stats, but I think those stats would have been when the pitch would have been a beauty to bat on. This one clearly isn't. A lot of hard work, as you saw with the Australian team. Runs not easy to come by. So, yeah.
So, Nikhil, looking at the scoring rate in this session, and ever since the start of the second innings for Australia, it's been nearing about 3. At the start, in the first and second innings, it was close to 4. Do you think now, can India, supposing if you look at it, because you pointed out the how crucial, I mean, will they be aiming for survival, or do you think they'll back themselves to chase this target down, looking at the pitch situation at this time, whatever target they're given with?
I mean, survival would make sense for a bilateral series, 3-4 Test match series, right? You look at survival, you say, okay, let's see what best we can do, and then we'll take it in the next Test match. None of that is going to happen. You're playing a one-off WTC final, no other option. The only option is to draw the Test match. But as I said, if you were to bat those many sessions, you might as well would be very close to the total. But I think the first instinct is going to be survival. First instinct. Whatever be the total. And I think that will be a folly if you start looking at the total and thinking we're going to chase it. That will be a bit of a problem. Your first instincts have to be, we need to survive. We need to spend time on the crease. Runs will come as and when. Whenever you get a loose ball, you play. But aim is not to lose the wicket, because even draws on your mind, right? Simply because if you draw the Test match, you share the trophy. So let's assume Australia bat till tea, or maybe a few minutes before tea they declare, whatever be the case. India would have 4 sessions in an hour probably to bat on, and that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time for a batting lineup. That barely lasted a day in their first innings. So I think your first aim is to survive, get your eye in, bat as long as you can, and go for surviving those sessions. Yes, if you get close to the target, then it's another matter. You attack later. And I think my mind goes back to that 2014 Adelaide Test match. I don't think India started off thinking that they'll chase, but then when Virat Kohli really got going, after that he thought, okay, now let's go. We can attack. We can go for the target or something. What India did at the Gabba also. I don't think they had that target in mind to begin with. Once they were in the range, that's when they thought, okay, let's start attacking. And of course, having Rishabh Pant helped to do that. He's not around. So that's going to be another factor. I don't know. I would love to know from all of you, to go around the room, what does everyone think? What does everyone think in terms of chances for India? You reckon anything? Anyone hopeful, or you think all is done and dusted?
I mean, if you had to have any hopes whatsoever, I think you needed to bundle them out or get close to bundling them out in this session. Now, these guys are going to keep batting till as much time. Already they're past the 350 mark.
375.
375. So anything they get now is bonus. And I think next session you may very well see someone like Alex Carey come out and just go a little hell for leather. 30, 40 quick fire runs. They're past the 400 run mark. That's a safe space for them. If after that they
No,
get
but does anyone think India can do it?
No.
Anyone in the room?
Only Sarthak. He's the only one raising his hand. Beyond him, no.
Let's hear Sarthak. What is he? And I want to know the reasons also. I want someone to convince me.
What I feel is India will bowl them out for another 25-30 runs. They'll have to chase around 410-20.
Yeah.
And I'm banking on Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli to chase it down.
Oh, so what did you say would be the target?
420.
420 types.
420. Then you need two daddy hundreds, from
Yes.
Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You reckon? I don't know, Sarthak. You think they'll get those hundreds in a track like this? You've seen what's happening. You saw what happened yesterday with Shardul and Rahane batting. You saw what's happening to Australia right now. They want to attack, but that's not happening. Look at how Smith and Head lost their wicket as well. The only time they went attacking, they lost their way. The only way to get runs on this pitch is a lot of hard work. You got to just stick around, take a few body blows, grind it out, and then possibly you will get a 50 or a 60 after a lot of hard work.
Exactly.
Daddy hundreds can come on a track where stroke making is possible. Good bouncy tracks like the Australian tracks, but not uneven bounce. You can get that, and I think if you had tracks like that, you'd back. As I said, I go back to Adelaide or I go back to Gabba.
Yeah.
Those tracks, yes. These conditions to get daddy hundreds, I don't know.
Especially
But I
considering
want.
fact
That's
that
why I
time
want to
isn't
hear
on the
somebody with
side.
a different opinion.
You just don't have time on your side also. I think that's one problem. If you had maybe two and a half days.
Let's look at time. Okay, let's say 400. Okay, hypothetically 400. I think 100 runs a session is the reasonable expectation. So let's say 50 in half a session. So you get 100, 150, and then 3 sessions. So that is 450 runs. So I think if you do bat, let's say hour after lunch, that's enough time to get 450 odd runs. Enough time for 450 runs.
The only
But
thing.
can any team get that? That's
No.
the thing.
No.
That's the thing. I find it very tough.
It's historically speaking never happened before. That's one. Two, of course, is the fact that again, Nikhil, in those 4 sessions, you will see good 2 spells wherein there'll be 2 new balls also, and that's where you know that the batsman will get tentative and the scoring rate is going to drop. So you will possibly not be looking at those kind of average runs a session that you spoke of, which is why I also feel that it's going to be. It's the only way India can have the chance of being, joint winners here is by just ensuring that somehow they are able to see out this whole phase.
Yeah, but chasing 400 now, I think it's next to impossible, because I think by day 3 you could have done it, but now it's just next to impossible. I don't think it's happening with the pitch as well. The way the pitch is behaving, it's too low, it's too unpredictable, too uneven.
See, the problem is I can understand the optimism of the Indian cricket fan because hope is eternal, right?
Yeah.
They have pointed out instances that, this happened at the Gabba, this happened in Adelaide. But Australia has traditionally produced crickets that don't deteriorate much.
This is true.
Adelaide, for example, that 2014 match, the pitch was totally good to bat on. Lion had to really work hard to wheel away and take 7 wickets.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Gabba, again, the pitch did not deteriorate. Here, what is the problem? There is a reason why in 140 years of playing in England, you've just had a 400 plus chase once. That was 404 for 3 in 1948. In this oval deck, they'll say, oh, but we chased down 345 in the chase of 464. But you still lost that. But what was the major factor in that? Rishabh Pant.
Yeah.
You are missing somebody like Rishabh Pant in this. And remember, the scoring rate is decreasing, which is a major indication that the pitch is not becoming easy to bat on. What started as 4 and 3.5, now it has gone down to 2.8.
It is
Okay.
a survival game. Yes, Nikhil.
I was saying that I have, you wanted to hear it from fans. I have Gaurav. Gaurav with me. Gaurav watches a lot of sports today. Let me show you. He's watching sports today right now as I speak. So he wanted to join into the discussion. Gaurav, what do you reckon? Huh?
Yeah, first of all, I'm a big fan of Nikhil and the sport theory.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
But I think it will be tough for India now because it's only their batting in this wicket is very tough, and the fact that no one has chased in oval for like 100 years, like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think yeah.
But you got tickets for day 5 as well, or not?
I got ticket for day 4, day 5, both the days, but I think I have to go home disappointed because I don't think we're gonna chase this. I want India to win, but I think it will be tough.
Okay, I mean, as you're saying, it's tough. You want India to win, but I mean, there is almost maybe India winning from here 10-15% chance, but India batting on day 5, 80-90% chance, right?
Correct.
So are you coming on day 5?
I'm coming with the expectation of draw. Repeat of that what happened in Australia.
Sydney Test match. Yeah.
Yes. I wish Ashwin was playing, right? Because he has that would have been good handy bowler and his batting order down the orders.
Yeah, Ashwin draw in Sydney.
Yeah.
Hanuma Vihari is also not there. So if the two of them had been there, you could have hoped for that.
So there are only two possibilities, right? Either Australia winning that most chance and India draw. We India fans come in with an expectation of India draw because I think winning is out of equation now.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nikhil. Lovely to meet
Thank you. Likewise. A lot of let me show you some young fans. Let me show you. What do you guys think? You're enjoying the game or not? You think India can win from here?
They can. If they in session, if they get them out, then they have 4 sessions to bat them out.
So 4 sessions, but let's say you are chasing 400. Can they chase 400?
Yes.
Who's going to get the runs?
I think Shubman Gill and Ajinkya Rahane.
Ajinkya Rahane and Shubman Gill. Lovely. What a nice analysis, from this young fan. He obviously watches a lot of cricket. We got to hear. He says that, 4 sessions India have to bat on. Who knows? They could get to that. He's very optimistic about India's performance and reckons that it will be Shubman Gill. See you. He reckons it will be Shubman Gill, not Virat Kohli. I see a Virat Kohli jersey there. He's the Virat Kohli fan. Okay, all the best. So I think, that's what makes cricket here in the UK absolutely wonderful to watch. You see a lot of young kids coming with their dads. Some of them, that's how will go and become future cricketers. So he was a big fan as such of Virat Kohli, Shubman Gill, Ajinkya Rahane. So the younger fans are far more optimistic at the moment. They're optimistic compared to the older ones like us. Probably we've seen more situations where India have been or have faltered. And it's not just India. I think most teams in these situations, I think 90% of the times would be on the losing side. So I guess, that's the sentiment that I have for you from over. Yeah, sorry, carry on, guys. I just saw a few fans, so I thought you must listen into what they have to say.
Yeah, I mean, see, this World Test Championship final, I have seen the extremities of positivity, if I have to look at it. Some may want to call it disillusionment or something, or cynicism, or
Now, from this point, would it be hope? Would it be
weather's not going to help you in a big way. So the weather is a real big problem because you are waiting for 5 days. 5th day you're expecting rain. I don't think it's happening. So that is the situation.
But no, rain's not happening. Rain's not happening at all. I mean, just look at the weather today. I can confirm that all the rumors about, London feeling like Delhi are true. It is exactly like that. It is 29 degrees here and 29 degrees in India is a balmy summer's day. Here 29 is hot. It's like a 36, 37 degree day in India. The sun's really strong. And
at
not
the
too
moment
much
we
of
take
cold
36
breeze that
because
we
it
get to see
feels
in
like
the
45,
UK.
46 here in India.
Yeah.
It's
boiling.
very hot and boiling here at this point. So
How long do you want the weather to be kind to you? Yeah, you had the whole of May without, any 40 degree plus days. Barely air conditioning being turned on. Now, what do you want? No summers to come at all.
I would love 12 months of winter. Honestly.
Me too.
Go to Canada.
Huh?
Go to Canada.
No, Canada also the summers are extreme.
It's a joke.
Or go to Alaska.
I was not. Yeah.
No. Summers are good. Summers are good in Canada, yeah. You like them. They'll be like pleasant.
Oh boy.
They're also coming up with T20 leagues.
Yeah. Yeah, the global. No, we can't talk about T20 leagues.
Yeah.
World Test Championship.
Focus
on test.
Canada, no. Yeah.
Focus on tests.
Forbidden topic.
Forbidden topic now. And remember, this so-called T20 league that we're going to talk about on day 5, that will be the subject of intense criticism.
India, and I am telling you why T20 is also relevant. You're missing Rishabh Pant right now, and you need T20 style batting if you want to pull up a record chase here.
You'll need some amount of it at least.
It is going to be a world record chase, by the way, at the Oval. Come what may. It is already the highest that in any team will have to chase.
It was the highest before today even started. So
263 for 9. That was the highest chase here. But Nikhil, the boisterousness, is it still there at the Oval amongst the fans now, or they are slowly starting to realize? Barring the fans that you spoke.
No, it is there. It is there because they were cheering on every dismissal. So they got 2, and then there were lots of close shouts and a lot of appeals. And you had the entire stadium stand up and cheer. So I tell you what the crowds, and I was speaking to a few people there in the ground as well. I tell you what the crowd is hoping for now. They were, of course, at the start of the day hoping that 350 or something like that they'd be chasing. That's not happened. But then I spoke to them later. I tell you what they're hoping for. Firstly, it's weekend, right? So most people have tickets for today and tomorrow. So you're going to see a packed house. And now this is the best case scenario. What they're saying, okay, fine, 400. Let's say 400 sort of a target. Great.
your network is breaking up
Network's
badly.
gone, Nikhil. Network's gone.
Yeah, bad one.
Network gone,
The
Nikhil.
network's absolutely gone.
Be a big opening
Can you not
partnership.
hear us?
I don't know.
Yeah, because it works both ways, I guess. Yeah.
Let's say India finishes. Can't hear me very.
Yeah, there's major issues right now for whatever
Major issue,
reason.
yes. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, there are a lot of people. I know Sanket Joshi is saying, I know we miss Rishabh Pant, but how are we not trusting the current set of players to not play attacking cricket? And mind you, we are talking about a Rohit, Shubman and Virat. For the situation, I don't know. When have they last stepped up? Shubman stepped up at the Gaba, but that's been it. Rohit stepped up at the Oval in 2021, that's it. Virat, he may have broken his rut, but remember, internationally, if you look at Test match rate overseas, he's not broken the rut yet.
And also more importantly, it's none of these players you mentioned play what you call quote unquote attacking cricket. They play traditional Test cricket.
Exactly. They can be attacking at times, but in Test cricket, we've not really seen
And
that
also
because those situations also didn't arise. So you don't expect these guys to be shifting their template altogether just for this one match.
You'd see them get attacking once they were well.
What?
See, I think the biasness comes only with the spinners. It doesn't come with pacers. Ashwin getting benched for this WTC final is something which will be a mystery. Chahal not playing in 2 T20 World Cups despite being the leading wicket taker will remain forever a mystery.
That'll be a bigger mystery actually.
This too.
No, this you're not surprised to see
On my back.
Ashwin
Thank
being
God.
dropped in England.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I mean, see, again, there I'm still okay with that to an extent. Why?
Not
Because
UC Chahal, I won't understand.
No, not just that. Because here I would blame the bowlers also for not getting their lines and lengths right. Inconsistency. You weren't trying the short ball ploy with head until he was well settled. Like, see in the second innings.
Siraj wasn't one of the bowlers who really missed the line and
No, he wasn't. But the point is, I think the third and fourth pacers did kind of
Of course.
let you down.
But of course, they weren't our core team either.
but we have been playing without the core for the last 1 year.
That's true too.
Yeah, what is the core team?
The management knew that we didn't have our core bowlers, the leading bowler. So why not work on our bench strength?
That's I think the next thing that has to be addressed, because again, bench strength is non-existent at this point. You're 2-3 players
especially
away.
for fast bowling.
No, I'd say even for the batting as well. You don't have a Pant, you don't have an Iyer. That's two players, one wicketkeeper batsman and a specialist batsman gone, and you're going back to a Rahane who A, you can argue shouldn't have been dropped to begin with, but B, who you're having to bring out of the cold after 18 months. What does that say about your bench strength? Not a very good thing.
There is no bench strength.
Exactly.
And remember, all this hype about Bumrah and everything, remember, even in key ICC events, he has let you down. Let's be very brutal.
In the knockout matches?
Yeah. The WTC final of 2021, greener conditions, much better pitch to bowl on. Bumrah was the only one who didn't get a wicket. It was Shami, it was the others who had really done well at that period. So, Bumrah's struggles in that 2021 WTC really hurt you.
Yeah.
Because he was coming out of an injury at that time.
Again,
So, and remember, Bumrah might not be able to play many more tests.
I doubt.
Yeah,
Once he comes back, I doubt.
He'll have to make a choice. Rather, we don't know what Bumrah comes back now. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You saw what happened with Jofra.
Exactly.
I think someone pointed out in the comments that DK said in commentary
Yeah,
that
Akash
he would be
Bharadwaj.
back for the Ireland T20 series.
But when is that?
When is the Ireland T20 series?
I have
Is it in
no idea.
August?
I can't remember.
I can't remember when is the Ireland T20.
I only knew of the West Indies series.
Even
Yeah.
that's from July. I think.
Exactly.
But maybe I think they are playing a separate T20 series against Ireland.
Like they did last year, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deepak Hooda got that 100.
100. And I think
And,
Sanju hit 77.
And Umran.
And Umran Malik
also got
taken
100.
for runs.
Also got 100.
41 odd, I remember.
He was really struggling, and unfortunately, Umran Malik.
Probably
I think
not recovered since.
he's not recovered. Even in the IPL, where he had to make a mark, he didn't recover.
He was dropped.
He was dropped.
He was dropped.
And after getting hit for 28 runs by Nitish Rana.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, ATG is like saying around the globe, okay. Australia will not declare till T and will make you sweat in toiling heat. They can get India out in 100 overs. Draw won't hurt them, as if India can survive 100 overs. It means both deserve it.
Valid point, but I think at this point, I think you're pretty much ruling out a draw. Really?
Yeah, you are. Well, see, for India, like we were discussing off camera as well. For India, from an India perspective, a draw is the equivalent of a win.
Yeah.
For Australia, though, a draw is the equivalent of a loss.
It's a moral defeat. Yes.
It is a moral defeat. They have, let's be honest, barring
Dominated
2
this
sessions,
test.
all the sessions have been dominated by Australia for what, 3 days plus a session that we've seen so
Although-
far. They have been the better team in all departments.
Although
barring
I
the
would-
fielding department.
Although I know how this will work out, but if we indulge in that positive spin that, oh, India got out of jail, it's glory if we have drawn, then we are doing the greatest of disservice to the sport that we cover. We are in delusion then. If that
That's if.
happens. If that happens.
That's a
We'll
pretty
cross-
big-
We'll leave that. We'll leave that for a later
We'll cross
time.
that bridge when we come.
When
back.
we get there. If that happens.
We'll
But
we'll
I
go
do.
tomorrow.
Why build up to it with some preconceived
Yeah.
notions? Yeah? Let's see. Whatever.
So GGK is like saying, it is the last chance for KS Bharat, the 6th test. Would Ishan come in the West Indies test, also left-hander?
Yeah,
I think so.
But again, Ishan in tests, I want him to prove me wrong. Really, I do. but nothing I've seen from him so far says that he will be a great test player. With Rishabh Pant, you knew.
Yeah, I think what keeps KS Bharat in the squad is Ishant's, bad performances while wicket keeping.
Are you auditioning for the wicket keeper slot also now?
Yes.
I
His back has to hold up. First.
Whatever
Mohit
cricket. I thought the Australian team needed fielders in the slip cordon especially. So yeah.
Mohit for
That's
West
why they were
Indies
dropping
series.
catches.
I was just preparing myself. Maybe.
So I don't know, GGK. See, looking at this Indian team selection, one thing is guaranteed. Ajinkya Rahane is not going to play until South Africa. It's guaranteed now.
South Africa.
Yes.
That's end of the year, isn't it?
End of the year. Because
By the way, the downfall started then
Actually, it did. Yeah.
for him.
yeah. But the downfall started 2 years prior to that also. Barring that one excellence that he had at Melbourne, it was a lean patch.
Yeah.
But do you think Rahane could have bounced back much harder, much
Better.
better if the Indian management had shown some faith in him?
They did.
They did. See, with Pujara and Rahane, they were given
They've been patient with
3-4
them.
year long group. Then when they decided that, okay, with the South Africa loss, because remember, that was your final frontier. Technically, India are yet to win a series in South
So
Africa.
you've drawn series.
They have conquered all over the globe.
2008, you came very close.
6. You won the first test.
8, wasn't it?
No, you didn't tour in 8.
6.
6, you won the first test, but you lost the next 2. 2010-11, you...
That was Dravid's leadership.
Yes, Dravid's leadership. You won the Johannesburg test.
Yeah.
2010-11, you lost in Centurion, but you bounced back in Durban to win.
18, you could say, was your best chance. But
18,
then
was the
yes,
best
best
chance.
chance.
Yeah.
Best chance.
But what was the problem in that?
The only silver lining to that whole tour was Kulcha. Some 35 wickets they took in the ODI series, but you were leading.
But what was the thing? They played the wrong team for the 2 tests. And what happened? In Cape Town and in Centurion.
But even guys, 21-22 tour as well.
Yeah, you won the first test.
Exactly, you again had the lead.
But what happened in that? A very important factor happened in that. Kohli's back spasm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Kohli's back spasm, which ruled him out of the Johannesburg test, and India couldn't defend 257.
Imagine.
who was the captain at that point?
You would know.
Of course I would.
Of course. So
Yes, it was him.
it was him.
Shane's orange cap winner
Who is he?
No.
for this year. His prediction.
Oh yeah, your orange cap prediction.
One time I thought I'll give him a chance and he lets me down.
Yep.
Can't blame him for his
and then
injury.
came the watershed moment.
Oh yeah, when India suffered a total meltdown in Cape Town.
Oh yeah.
And after that,
The resignation of
Virat Kohli. Yeah.
And many people are saying, oh, we want Kohli back as a skipper, but
He's
please.
not coming
No,
back.
won't happen.
Please, it is you're going 10 steps back if you get Kohli back as the skipper. Remember, he was a bilateral
that's nothing
giant.
against Kohli, by the way. Nothing against Kohli. This is just about, the team moving forward. If you do something like that, it is about, taking yourself back into something you tried so hard to get out of, just because you knew that you need forward movement, you need a new template, you need new leadership, and there were certain things that weren't working out. But it's these situations, these match situations, final like these. By the way, Kohli was seen leading the team talk also on a couple of occasions.
All days.
See,
All days.
Yeah.
He's been in the huddle
So you
giving all
need
the
him,
instructions and everything. And remember, Kohli, when it came to ICC tournaments, I'm sorry, that is where he has that one small dark spot in his legacy. Not winning an ICC event.
As captain.
As captain.
As captain.
As captain. This is all as captain only. So Rahane and Pujara got a long rope until 2021.
The difference with Pujara was he went to county, remember?
Yeah.
He went to county, got some good runs in 2022 and made himself pretty much important.
Good and quick, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But it also exposed the standard of county, if you look
Yeah,
at
because
it.
he was playing second division county and battering the bowlers for fun. I
Remember, Smith didn't do that well in county, but he scored 100. Labuschagne played in county, but he's not done well. Pujara, so far in the one inning that he played, he hasn't done well. So the county standards from the 90s have seriously dipped. So you cannot look at county as the benchmark. You just can't. And that is the reason why, again, I had done a video on why India have a bigger problem. Their inability to win the first test in a Sena country. Ever since they started touring Sena, as I include the whole unit from 1992, they have won the first test only 4 times. Twice in Australia.
We're slow starters, just put it that way.
Twice in Australia. Then you look at twice in South Africa, once in Australia, once in Australia, once in New Zealand.
That's it.
That's it. You haven't done it in England for 37 years. And mostly it looks like it is going to continue.
Again, maybe, it happens with football teams quite a lot, and maybe that's the way, in that aspect, the Indian cricket team is also the same. At times you need a wake-up call. Once you get that wake-up call, only then do you get your act together.
How many wake-up calls have we had there?
I think
In a series. I'm saying in a series.
This Indian cricket team has been like Kumbhakarna.
Yeah.
They have been like Kumbhakarna.
What's wrong? No, just not winning.
Number 4. The key factor is the number 4. 2017, we didn't have a number 4. 2019, we didn't have a number 4.
Yeah.
You were sleeping over it for 2 years.
2021, we didn't have a team.
We didn't have a team.
Because you chopped half of them.
2022, you again
Had wrong combinations?
No, not, I would say, dropping Yajuvendra Chahal. And also you played conservative cricket when Baseball England showed you the way. 160.
That is the one criticism I'll also have, because, and that's something that Harbhajan Singh also points out. That video also, by the way, guys, is up on our platform. He says that, at times India need to play with a lot of heart and be fearless in these crunch matches. That's not been the case with any team, if you recall, be it the sort of Ganguly India, be it the Virat Kohli India, be it the MS
The
Dhoni
Dhoni India definitely did. At least they knew to win
in
tournament.
Test cricket.
On Test cricket, Dhoni
In
less
Test
than the
cricket,
better.
that fearlessness that I'm talking about. In Test cricket, you're seeing Australia have had that in their blood all along.
Yeah.
England are showing a different template altogether when it comes to being fearless and courageous. You still, get to see that kind of intent per se. Yes, you've seen it, let's say, at a Gabba you saw that, but you need to see it more often in terms of, being very clear that this is our plan, we are going for it, come what may.
Man, look at it. 32 degrees is the current temperature. That means it will be close to what it is here, 42, 43.
Are they spraying?
Sunscreen on each other.
What is it?
Sunscreen.
They're applying sunscreen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, stay
Because
protected, guys.
recently, one of the
Everyone
England
was
cricketers,
applying
Sam Billings had revealed that he was suffering from skin cancer. He was just recovering out of it, and he urged people, please apply sunscreen.
Very important.
Very, very important.
Especially so in a place like England, where again we always talk about thin atmosphere, so the UV rays
Much
get
more
through.
so in Australia, because remember, the ozone hole is very much prevalent over Australia and New Zealand. There, you just come out even in
it's a big
29,
hole.
30, you get burnt. And that too, second degree, third degree burns. That's how brutal the heat is there if you don't apply sunscreen. So, yes, it's a very good thing that people are wearing sunscreen. It's brutally hot. Don't get swayed by the fact that it's 32 degrees. It will feel like 42, 43 at that moment. So, yes, day 5 is, as I mentioned, it is cloudy. But then,
I think the
chances of
cloudy
rain-
will be later on. So,
But if it's cloudy,
It's clear, yeah.
Which is actually worse.
I think
This is
later,
clear.
Day 5.
later in the day, maybe after 5 or something, but then by then,
The test match will be done and dusted.
Oh,
They might just be lifting the mace fall,
I don't think there is time for that. There is time for
Tomorrow,
that.
5 o'clock.
No.
But tomorrow 5 o'clock.
UK time. Wait to
UK
make
time, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But then they might very well be lifting the mace.
5:30.
Yeah.
10 o'clock here. Na? Because remember, 15 overs or this
Yeah,
thing.
by then perhaps.
Yeah. Oh, I like Rookie Techie because he has been doing serious rain dances throughout these last 3-4 days. Rain predicted from 3 to 5 p.m. tomorrow.
One would hope.
One can hope. But again, remember, that will not be enough to take you to the reserve day.
Yeah, that will be a draw at best.
Rookie Techie is the one who's back after a long time, you guys are saying, huh?
No, that was Mumbai Road.
Mumbai
That
Road.
was-
Vikrant Jadhav. And
He promised us mangoes.
He owes us, yes.
We didn't get
He
them.
didn't give, yeah.
Sad.
Yes, Vikrant Jadhav, Mumbai Road, very sad, indeed. So we are back for the second session, and
Mitch Stark is warming up for a good session of batting, I think.
only 2 wickets fell, which means either the Indian bowling was listless, or maybe they were too disciplined. Australia batted with tremendous discipline.
Could be both.
Yeah.
Could be both.
Could be both. So yes, but Rookie Techie, the source that you mentioned, very dodgy here, very dodgy. They themselves get it wrong 8 out of 10 times. What to do? But yeah, we take your optimism, we take it, and let's hope for all Indian cricket fans, the ICT fans, let's hope it happens. So I'm not going to use that cliche now because the test match has drifted away from.
No, crucial 30 minutes anyway.
The match has drifted away. 375.
It has. They
It really
are
has.
firmly on the back foot.
And remember, you're going to see another mostly 25-30 runs from the remainder of the 4 players. Very much possible.
You could get way more
Way
if
more,
Carey
yeah.
gets in the mood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could see 30-35 alone from Carey.
In fact, I would have been more confident of bundling them out if he had 2 spinners, but I mean,
Oh.
you don't.
Where is Stark standing?
He's playing for the spin.
Exposing his
Leg stump.
Again, remember,
Because he's expecting it to cut jack back in, so he's like, no, I'll not take the risk. Impact outside.
yeah, he's got a long stride, by the way. So,
He's a tall man.
yeah, very tall.
And by the way, I was just going to say, can whack a few boundaries.
And that's a few,
Absolutely.
yep.
There
So
we
remember,
go.
India will have to now chase the second highest total ever in England.
Ever.
Ooh.
Ever.
Did that hurt to say?
Nah.
Did that hurt?
Nah.
It hurt us hearing
It
it.
hurt me.
I mean, because see, you remember who scored those daddy hundreds in that match? Johnny Bairstow and Joe Root. It was the start of that baseball era.
Yeah.
Yes, so let's see how. Oh, that was a close one.
Oh,
I'd love a spider cam view on this match.
Yeah.
Steve Smith will not be happy with that.
You don't like that Spidey.
He didn't like Spider, and because he had a double whammy, Siraj flung the ball at him.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't like Spidey. So that's the way it is. Let's see.
Spidey.
Yeah. Spidey.
See you guys.
It's you. It's you.
Bye-bye.
It's you. Bye bye. See you. Bye bye. Whatever comes earlier.
Bye bye. We'll see you when we see you.
Yeah. If you.